Welcome back, folks. How you doing? Doing good. Okay, so this is a 4-unit building, and this is the water heater that we're working on today. I had the tenant go upstairs, and because we didn't know which one was for which, and so we went upstairs. She turned on the hot water. I shut that off, and the water slowed down. So we know this is for that particular unit. And the complaint is, this is a 40-gallon for a different unit. This is a 30-gallon. And these are bigger units. And quite frankly, this isn't enough. And the complaint is they're running out of hot water. But this is from, I think, 2019. I don't know, but 2017. So not worth replacing. And they want to see if there was anything we could do to increase hot water. And I said, yeah, I know what we can do. And this is what we're going to do. Okay, so the first issue we're having is this ball valve is not closing at all. So we're going to have to shut off the water to the building. Look at this. Look at this. I can't unthread this. And this water won't stop, dude. Alright, water's back on. I couldn't film that. I was getting really quite frustrated with that. And for whatever reason, this won't unthread. It's like, what's going on here, dude? Really, what's going on here? Alright, let me get my bearings straight here, and then I'll start recording. Alright. Just one of those jobs, man. Got the expansion tank installed. I got the new ball valve. But guess what? It's not gonna fit, dude. I just tried. It's gonna look like that. There's no room, dude. The vent is in the freaking way, bro. It's one of those jobs, bro. Just one of those jobs. I have one job like this every, I don't know, maybe 6 months, where I'm just getting angry and nothing's going right. Well, I shouldn't say nothing's going right. It's just, that's going to have to be moved. Simple as that. This is going to have, the little Y here is going to have to be piped back further. So I'm going to have to repipe both of these. Not that big of a deal, really, but I'll need some. This is single wall vent. And just have to get up in there with a grinder. Cut that sucker back. Simple as that, really. And then I'll be able to fit this guy. I always use these blades for cutting vent, but decent job. I stood here and I sat here and I just reached around like that. That's why it's a little crooked right there, but that'll be all right. Okay, now let's repipe this. All right, that looks good. It's perfect. So now go up and over, and then go up 90 around. Anytime you work with vent, it's always good to get a little extra. So I got two, these are 30 inchers, and I got a bunch of these bendable 90s. What I do is I measure the distances between well, for this particular one, I just measured basically from right here to where I was going to cut, and that gave me a roundabout number at how much vent I needed. So it's always good to have more than what you actually need. Perfect fit. Let's just do some screws. We'll put a little tape, and then we'll do that. Okay, so we got about, it's about three, say 3.5 right there, 3.5. And then we got 12 inches before at 90s. Same over here, 12 inches, starts to 90 at 12 inches, more of a 45, not quite 90. This is actually turning out quite nice. I don't know why, but I thought this was going to be a real pain in the neck, but it's not. This is going quite smoothly, so let's press on. All right, we're good. A sewer could drain through this. So sturdy. Okay, so now look at all the room I have. I might have to cut this back, but we'll see. We'll see. But the vents are done. And now let's drain this a little bit. All right, there you go. Tank booster installed, dude. Okay, so the way this thing works is it's basically a mixing valve. So normally the water heater is set at 120. Typically you set the dial on hot. When I install water heaters, I put it to hot. But you have an A, B, C, and then a very hot. So putting it to very hot can boost the temperature of the water in the tank up to minimum 140. I've heard that it can get higher. So that's one reason I put this on here, expansion tank. This property does have a PRV, so all these water heaters need an expansion tank. But even if the property didn't have a PRV and it was an open loop, if you're setting this to the highest setting, I would still recommend an expansion tank. So what this does is, so now the water is let's just say 140, 150 in the tank, which is far too hot for any human to take. I looked up what human skin can handle, and the hottest human skin can handle is 104 degrees. So when you're taking a shower, you're probably at like 101, 99, something like that, right? So as you can see, this is the mixing valve. You have a T on the cold. This is the cold coming in. You have a T right here with a braided hose. See it? From this T to the mixing valve. So what this does is the mixing valve allows cold water to mix with 140, 150 degree water, and then go and supply the house. So what this thing effectively does is reduces the amount of hot water being sucked out of the tank. Because again, humans don't shower at 150. They don't even shower at 104. You're at like the high 90s, low 100s. So the mixing valve allows it to use less hot water, therefore extending the life of the hot water. Hope that made sense. You got your little temperature gauge here. This is for a recirc line. This adjusts temperature, and it comes with a little Allen key. But that's pretty much it. As you can see now, that vent was going like that. As you see now, I absolutely had to move that out of the way to be able to fit this sucker in here. Turned out nice. What else? What else? Am I forgetting anything? I think that's it. All right. Pack up. On to the next appointment.